It's good to see you. Who's this?
They're with me.
If you say so. Come on, Menek's waiting. We can talk in there.
The name's Menek, leader of the Silver Swords. And I wish I could extend my warmest welcome to you all, but if my eyes don't deceive me, you appear to have a Renan in your midst. If she is your prisoner, that's a rather loose leash you have her on.
She's not a prisoner.
So why do I get the feeling there's a rat about the house? No offense intended. See, I've grown comfortable with the likely outcome I'll be stabbed in the back. But stabbed in the front?
We risked our lives just to get here, sir. If you want to send her away, fine. But you'll lose me too.
I see. Trust isn't about as short supply as light around these parts, and mine more than anyone's. But I'll choose to believe you. Forgive my manners. You must be tired after such an arduous journey. But to business. We need your strength. The Snake Eyes' grip on the city tightens by the day. Our people are suffocating out there. Hence the scouts I sent to find help. We're at the end of our tether here.
That's why we're here, to help. We've got the firepower to do it, too. But first, we've got some urgent business to take care of.
I see. So your leader is in need of rescuing.
It's none of your concern. We get that. But
It's coming to our aid that got you into this mess in the first place. You can count on us. Just as long as you help us with our problem afterwards. If he's been arrested by the Snake Eyes, as you say, then there's a good chance he's being interrogated over at their headquarters. Either that, or he's being put to work over at the Floodlights. First priority is finding out where he is. If you're planning on tagging along, Rinwell will show you the way. Just make sure to keep a low profile. Remember, it's not just the Snake Eyes. Hostiles lurk among the villagers, too. This leader of yours, he must be quite the inspiration for you to go to such lengths for him. I look forward to meeting him someday.
all right, let's head into town and see what the fuss is. Have you and Menek known each other for long, Rinwell?
No, not really. I haven't been with the Silver Swords for all that long, truth be told. He's a smart guy, but he's also deeply suspicious of other people. I can understand, since that's how you get to survive around here.
Really? I could tell he was wary of us at first, but he seemed to warm up to us pretty quickly once we talked to him.
Yeah, that's pretty unusual for him. I think that's a sign of how desperate things have become. In my case, it took a long time for him to start trusting me. But then again, I kinda get where he's coming from. You never know who might betray the group, or when the Snake Eyes might be watching.
What made you join up with the Silver Swords in the first place? This wasn't your hometown, so was it the Snake Eyes who...
No, it wasn't them. Actually, we shouldn't stand around talking. People will start to suspect us. Let's keep moving.
All done. Come and eat.
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is. So that's where those beams of light have been coming from.
Right. Any Dahnans accused of dissent against Cyslodia's lord are rounded up and brought here, then put to work. It's a fierce deterrent.
And you think Zephyr might be in there with them?
I want to see what the lights are all pointing towards. Take us there.
Damn, you can see where the floodlights converge from all the way over here.
I want to take a closer look. There's something I need to confirm.
What could...
Be careful. If anyone's even a little suspicious of us, they'll report us immediately.
Right. It's not just Snake Eyes we need to watch out for, but other Denons too. Still, there are a fair amount of people out on the streets. Isn't it safer to stay at home?
That's the thing. If you stay cooped up too long, people start to suspect you're hiding something. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
So people feel like they have no choice but to turn others in so they don't get in trouble. What a miserable way to live. At the very least, we should probably go someplace where there aren't so many... Ah, Shion!
We already stick out here like a sore thumb as it is. So I think it's better if we just walk confidently out in the open. Don't look anxious. Just walk firmly and look like you have a destination in mind.
What, is sticking to the plan too much of a hassle for her? This is why Renans are the worst.
I don't know if it's a Renan thing or not, but she does have a point. Anyway, we're not gonna get anywhere just standing around. Let's follow after her.
Everybody walking around looks so depressed.
Can you blame them? They live under the cover of darkness day and night. It's bound to wear you down.
Not to mention all the Snake Eyes roaming around. Laughing, talking too loud, or just about anything that makes you stand out can get you killed.
Hey!
No.
Hey. Why you... Huh? Why you... Sorry.
I think there's someone in trouble here.
Hey. Right.
We've reached our destination.
There's the... Go no further!
Slide! Try this!
Rebound!
Turret!
More
Strike!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take
These
your
ones
eyes off
can
the
run
front.
rings around
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Now! Who wants to die
Destruction!
next? Let's get you all tucked away. Go no further!
Swallow blade! Infernal torrent!
By the water! They're surrounding us! I'll be safe! It's like trying to keep up with a wall!
Here I come!
Now
It's
reload!
over! Be still! You're on! You're on! Destruction! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
In here!
Something you wanted to say? That looks like the Zoogle we were told about.
No choice! You're
Get
mine!
the way! I'm
You're
only getting
finished!
in here! Let's get you all tucked away.
Here I come and face me!
Whatever you do, just stay away from the sword. Sealed. Let's get you all tucked away.
Destruction!
Magic
You're
is
mine!
burning.
Slash!
Crossblade.
Try this! Infernal torrent!
Go.
Dazzle!
Mega
You're on!
Do it. Go dance in the astral energy.
Say no more.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Yeah,
Right.
gotcha.
We've reached our destination. A spirit vessel. I thought as much. So they're pumping it full of light.
No, not light. Astral energy. Of course. No wonder this realm's so dark. It's as though there's a pall over the sky even during the day.
Except it isn't dark. Not really. The light's just being diverted.
Diverted?
Suck up all the light, and all that's left over is darkness.
What's the difference?
Darkness exists as an actual element of astral energy, just like light does. Didn't you know that? Let me break it down for you. Astral energy exists as different elements. There's earth, water, fire, and wind, as well as light and darkness. But dark astral energy only exists on Rena, and light astral energy on Dana. So, dark energy isn't harvested as part of the crown contest.
She's right. It's the same reason why I can't wield dark energy, and similarly, why no Renans can use light energy either.
The only exception to that rule on the Renan end is likely the Lord here, who has the Light Master core.
Whatever the case, it looks like they're collecting light here the same way they were fire back in Calaglia.
From what I hear, there used to be a proper day and night cycle in Cyslodia ages ago. But apparently, over the last 300 years, the darkness spread from Cysloden and covered the whole realm.
That's crazy. I can't believe the Renans found a way to steal even our own damn light.
We shouldn't linger. Let's keep moving before someone spots us.
Wandering around blindly is getting us nowhere. The Snake Eyes have the information we need, but we can't just ask for it. So what if we sneak in and take it instead?
I wasn't aware you knew how to be sneaky.
Hey, look over there!
That's Zephyr's son, Law. I don't know. Something doesn't feel right about all this.
Are you kidding? He's practically gift-wrapped for us.
Hey, what are you?
I remember you. What do you want?
We don't mean you any harm. We just want to talk quietly. Deal?
Make it quick.
Where are you keeping Zephyr? We're here to rescue him.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Isn't he your father?
Oh yeah, easy to forget that. After he abandoned me.
Abandoned?
It's the truth. All my old man ever cared about was sticking it to the Bright Eyes. He never even made it to Mom's funeral.
So you become an agent for the local lord?
You got a problem with that? You're not exactly one to talk, keeping company with a Renan woman. You think you know her, but wait until she has a choice between you and her people. I may have become an agent for the Renans, but at least I'm here trying to soothe the agony of my people from the inside. What's your excuse?
I don't buy it. No. You're running because you're scared. You think you're the only one who's had to suffer?
What the hell do you know, you— Ow! What the— Damn you!
Word to the wise, people like you
Enough!
make me—
Look, I don't know what happened between you and your father. But what I do know is that when you fought back at the village, he wouldn't raise a hand to strike you. I've never seen Zephyr back down from a fight. But he could never hurt his own son. And when he said he was staying behind, I think it was because he wasn't willing to abandon you. If you know anything, then tell us, please.
I don't know where they're keeping my dad now. All I've heard is that they're going to publicly execute him in the plaza in front of headquarters.
Execute?
Thank you. You did the right thing.
Why are you so determined to help my father?
Zephyr is the reason I took up the sword. He taught me how to think for myself. And I want to learn more.
If they're going to execute him in the plaza, then it'll be too dangerous for us to go alone.
Let's ask Menek. He should be able to sneak us in.
Sounds good to me. Let's have a chat with him. So I get that you perform a certain type of astral arts, but why does your magic look so different from what Renans use? Is it a different source or something?
I'm not exactly an expert on how Renans cast magic, but we both manipulate astral energy to create it. We just channel that energy in different ways.
Like how you chant your spells, whereas they throw out those weird symbols?
Yeah, and just like how there are different ways to use a sword, there are elemental differences between us too. For example, light is only in Dana, and darkness is only in Rena.
Ah, alright, that makes sense. So let me ask, does that mean you can't use any dark magic at all? Or that they're just more attuned to it?
Basically not at all, since I don't have any dark energy inside my body. There might be an indirect way to tap into it, but I wouldn't know. I didn't learn everything that my family knew about magic, so it's hard for me to say for sure.
Fair enough. Thanks for teaching me all that. I really do appreciate it.
Sure thing.
So, you made it back in one piece. No promising leads unearthed on this end, I'm afraid. It may take a little longer.
We got our own lead, but it's not good. They're planning to execute Zephyr in the plaza in front of the Snake Eyes headquarters. And soon.
They're going to what? I've never known them to move so fast. They must believe he poses a grave threat.
We have to break him out. We could really use your help.
Not gonna be easy, but I'm sure we can think of something. If they're staging it in the plaza, there's bound to be an announcement beforehand. Which means if we can...
Snake Eyes! They've got us surrounded!
Damn! I knew we shouldn't have trusted!
Save it! In position, everyone! Repel them!
Use us, Menik. We've got your back.
No. You need to get out of here now. Rinwell, you know what to do.
Underground waterway to the rear. On it.
But...
No discussions. You didn't make it this far for it to end here. We'll be fine. We just have to buy you a little time. I'll send word later. Now get going already.
So this passage runs beneath the whole city, huh? Pretty clean for a Danon sewer.
Are you sure it's safe down here, Rinwell?
It's our emergency evacuation route, so it should be.
You sure it's as secret as you think?
We can use this chance to clear the way for Menik and the others when they follow. Let's go. Enemies show up the moment we do. Are we the reason for it?
We can puzzle over it later. We gotta run.
As if it wasn't weird enough getting into the city through that hole. Why are there so many passages like this around Sisloden? And it doesn't seem like the Snake Eyes use them to get around without being detected either.
Yeah, they don't look like ruins. Do you have any idea, Rinwell?
These passages are sewers. They're underground so the water doesn't freeze, but they're not really unusual in big cities like this one.
Really?
Is there nothing like these back in Calaglia?
Not as far as I know. In Calaglia, anything they wanted to get rid of, like waste or garbage, was simply burned. Including the bodies of dead slaves. I'm not sure why they did that. Maybe it was another way of getting astral energy out of them. Sorry, that took a dark turn, didn't it?
Got it! If you spot any arc wielders, let me know.
Will do. Much obliged.
Dance in the wind! Sweet now. It's alright. It's showtime! Gemini Aqua!
Astral Voice?
That's my cue.
Shut him down.
Not in your dreams. Excited. I'm only getting started. Go get him! Here goes! Gotcha! Gemini Aqua!
Sonic Thrust! Swallow Blade!
Gemini Aqua! Here goes! Not on my watch!
Rising Wyvern!
Mega Ray!
Here I come!
Art Expert coming through!
Sword Rain Alpha!
One more! Ready! Mega Ray! Not on my watch! Mega Ray! Gemini Aqua! One last! Dance in the wind!
Alpha!
Air Drop! Too much to handle! Arc Field! Photon Flash!
Okay, here I go!
Hit! Go get him!
Rising Wyvern!
Lightning Attack!
To the
Thunder Blade! Lightning Attack!
Do it! Alpha!
Thunder Blade! I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away. An opponent like this should be easy.
I'm not done! Dazzle! Mirage! Lightning Thrust!
In here!
No escape! This one's gonna be tough! Slash! Try this! Infernal Torrent! Take this! It's over!
Thunder Blade!
Destruction!
Well, looky here.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Sword Rain Alpha! I'll take you all off! Sword Rain Alpha! Here I come!
Now, let the mark
Chill!
on him. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that
You're
vein.
mine!
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say? This is barely target practice.
Then why bother fighting them?
Because I certainly won't run away from a battle.
No choice! You're mine!
Here I go.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Raging Cascade.
Be still!
Gemini Aqua. Seal.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Right, here goes! Here I come!
I feel kind of funny.
Yeah, you're looking funny too.
Right. I should... Let's do something about that. Okay, here I go.
Mega Ray! Here goes! Gemini Onslaught! One last one! Do it!
Rising Wyvern!
Here I go! I'm only getting started!
Ignite!
Spirit Flame! Reload! Close one! Here, let me help!
Take this!
First aid! Bullseye! Hit! A banana! I'm only getting started! Air
Rising
thrust!
Wyvern!
Power
Done!
Lightning condensed!
Here I come!
I'm all done!
We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
Here, let me
You're
help!
mine!
First aid! One last one! Light Astrolaunch!
Sonic Thrust!
Nicely done. That equipment should come in handy. I won't forgive you!
This is bad, right?
Yes, Alvin! Very bad!
I don't feel so
Here,
good.
a combo!
Now,
Get on in there with the others! You're mine! Light Astrolaunch!
Here, let me help. They've got me in their
Raging
sights.
Cascade!
strike!
Spread!
Sword Ray
Dance in
Alpha!
the wind! In here!
Here, let me help.
This is the first aid! Round,
Lightning thrust!
that's it! Crossblade! Okay!
Dazzle!
Recover! Sweet dreams!
It's on!
You're most comfortable at a range, aren't you?
Infernal Charge!
Nor am I. Don't worry. I'll help you keep a wide berth. Any injuries?
Gotta break through!
Arc field!
Damn it!
Light Astral Energy! Reload! Air thrust! Here I go! I'm only getting started! Back into the fray! Raging Cascade! Spread! Dance in the wind! Here's a healing arc! First aid! You all touch the way! There! One more! Mega Ray! Hey! One at a time! Hear me! Flame of Fury! Air strike! Hear me! Flame of Fury! Burning Fire Blade! Mega Ray!
Nicely done!
You're slacking. Step it up.
Yeah. You got it. Everyone's still in one piece?
dispose of the trash.
Light asteroid! Don't mind if I do!
Demon Fang! Finish it!
We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
So those are Dan and Astral Arts.
Something you want to say?
Not so long as you keep them pointed toward the enemy.
We won that by a mile!
Made it.
Get lost! By the power of water! Where are you going?
Raging Cascade! Hear me!
Come and face me!
Burning Freeze Lancer! Hear me! Flame of Fury!
We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
Sleep
Sonic Thrust!
I'll be saving this one! Raging Cascade! Flame!
Swallow Blade!
One more.
Air Thrust!
Should this really be here? I won't forgive you!
You're mine!
Not in your dreams!
Slash! Swallow Blade!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Try this! Infernal Fury!
We're in good form. Looks like we found our mystery resident.
The Snake Eyes must have kept it here in case of intruders.
We can't let it slow us down. Let's finish it and keep moving.
I wasn't expecting something so big.
They want to make sure we don't leave.
Then we'll just have to beat it. For everyone's sake.
Dazzle!
In here!
Rising Phoenix!
I'll be stealing this one! The flashing part's their weak point!
Rising Phoenix!
Raging Cascade! Flame!
This one's mine!
Hear me! Flame of Fury! Dust in the wind!
You're
Here!
mine.
Hear me! Flame of
Rising
Fury!
Orb!
Burning Strike!
Mirage!
Lightning Orb! Searing Flame!
Take it! Go!
Here I come!
Searing Flame! It looks like you got this
Here I
one
go.
covered. I'm only getting hurt. I'll be saving this one.
Sovereign Alpha!
Searing Flame! Lightning Condemned! Searing Flame! Reload! I can do this all
Demon
day!
Fang!
Reload!
I'm out of ammo!
Lightning Orb! Hear me! Raging!
Here, let me help. First aid!
Air thrust!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Back into the fray! Got you!
Take this!
Hear me! Not on my watch! Burning strike! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! There you go!
Ignite!
Don't let up! Here I go!
Now! While it's reeling!
Take it down!
Air thrust!
Rising Wyvern!
Photon blast!
Got you! You're mine!
Dance in the wind!
There!
Air
Got
thrust!
Hear me! Flame of fury!
Burning strike!
They've got me surrounded.
More Sukos?
Keep calm and take them down!
Rising Wyvern! I'm not done!
Reload! Steering!
Rising Wyvern! You're on!
Seal!
Think again!
Sword Rain Alpha! Be still!
Here, let me help.
The other.
First aid!
Thunder blade! One here goes! Lightning! Thunder blade! I'm only getting started. By the power of
Time!
Now!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
air thrust! Mega ray!
Changing tactics!
There's no telling what it'll do. Stay focused!
Lightning orb!
Here I come!
The enemy is going
Try
all
this.
out!
Infernal Torrent!
Air thrust! It's over!
Searing flame! It's about to strike! Here, let me help.
Look sharp, everyone!
Seal!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss.
Here goes! Hey, one at a time! Steering flame! Reload! Raging
I'm out of ammo.
Spread! Dance in the wind! Levitation! Seal! Get up!
Not done yet!
Watch and weep.
You're mine! You're finished! Destruction! This should do it!
Raging cascade! Gemini Aqua! In here! More for the stockpile!
Here, let me help.
Heard! Magic is in!
Okay, here I go!
Sleep now.
This should do it!
Stockpile! Flame of fury! Burning! Hey, one at a time!
Demon hit time!
Sleep now.
Demon time!
Up!
Here's a healing art.
One.
First aid.
Demon time!
Thunder blade!
Here, let me help.
Demon time!
First aid.
Lightning condemned!
Sword Rain
Thunder
Alpha!
blade!
Reinforcements?
Here I come!
First.
An attack!
Right, watch out.
Searing flame!
Reload.
Rising Wyvern!
Not on my watch!
Sighted. You're mugged.
Searing flame!
Reload.
Up and at 'em!
Searing flame.
It's over!
And again.
Dance in the wind! Searing
Sleep
flame!
now. Reload.
Let's
I'm
get you
out.
all tucked
You're
away.
I'm not done!
Here, let me help.
Time!
First aid. Here's a healing art.
Cascade!
First aid. Think again. No defense.
Coming through! Thunder blade!
Here goes.
You're mine!
Here, let me help.
Lightning
First
condemned!
aid.
Thunder blade!
I'm out again. Here I go. So those are Dan and Astral Arts.
Demon time!
Something you want to say?
Not so long as you keep them pointed toward the enemy.
Photon raging cascade!
Here's a healing art.
Demon
This
time!
one is almost in the bag.
We're not done yet.
Here's a healing
Just
arc.
falling back.
Then it's time for you to do what you do best.
Back into the fray. Here, let me help. I'll fix you up.
Here, not in your dreams.
Here I come! New escape!
Thank you.
Try this! Infernal Torrent!
Here, let me help.
Any more of this and I'll burn out.
Sleep now. You're
Let's
mine.
get you all tucked away.
There!
Riveting orb.
New escape!
Up and at 'em. Let's go.
Here's a
Take
healing
this!
arc.
Be still!
Hey,
You're on! More?
lightning orb.
Not a chance!
Lightning orb.
That move.
Here comes a big one! Soda!
One more. Lightning orb.
New escape! Swallow blade! Not a chance! I'm not done!
They're not playing around.
It's over! Mirage! Burn in hell!
Did you just hear me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Your power is a spectacle to behold.
I'm not trying to be dramatic with it.
Still, it's a part of you. Embrace it.
I can't lay a finger on you.
I prefer it that way. What about you?
Just watch and see.
In here.
Here I go. I'm only getting
this one.
Reload! Here's a healing arc.
Is this it?
First aid!
This should do it!
Dance in the
Here I
wind.
go!
Do it.
Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Come on, let's hurry.